When we talk about how I was able to lose 100 pounds in 8 months, okay? I was able to lose 100 pounds in 8 months. People are like, I want that. I want to be able to lose 100 pounds in 8 months, okay? First of all, I never gave up. Over those 8 months, I had setbacks. Everyone has setbacks. I had plateaus. Everyone has plateaus. I did not cheat a lot, but in the beginning, like, I caught myself doing things that I shouldn't have been doing because it was a habit that I needed to break. Hey friends, what is going on? Happy Friday. It's your girl Mel. I'm coming to you live from my office here right outside St. Louis, Missouri. I'm super excited. We're going to be heading out to dinner in a few minutes, but I wanted to come on here and go live really fast. There's something that's kind of on my heart. So listen, I've had a lot of really good conversations. My Facebook Messenger and just my Facebook page in general has been really wonky over the last probably like 2.5, 3 weeks. Now, I was talking to some friends of mine when I was in Kentucky, and they were like, we've heard, like, caught wind that Facebook is trying to do a upgrade, and so they're limiting a lot of the things that we can do so that they can get their upgrade completed. And I was like, girl, I don't know what is happening, but it's like hard for me to message people. It's hard for me to post on some days. Sometimes I can't respond to comments. Like, if we're not friends, like if you guys are just following me but we're not actual friends, it literally won't let me communicate with you guys. It's so frustrating. And so anyways, I wanted to jump on here though because I haven't been able to have some really good conversations today, but a lot of them are about the same thing. All right. So as you guys are popping on, say hey, say hi. If you're catching me on the live, that means you can see the live button at the top. Drop a 1. If you are catching me on the replay, do hashtag replay. So sorry I missed you. I'm really excited to go to baseball tonight. We're going to go get Mexican for dinner, which I'm really excited about. Baseball tonight. Then we have 5 games tomorrow. And then depending on like the brackets will determine what we do on Sunday. So we're going to be very, very busy, kind of on the road, driving between Missouri and Illinois, but I'm here for it. I was talking to another mom earlier this week and I was like, I'm so busy. I really thought that stuff would slow down once school got out, and it's actually busier, but like I really only have 2.5 years left of this and then it's over. So I'm just going to soak it up as much as I can. But anyways, a lot of you guys are doing really well. So I'm getting a lot of people who are like, oh, I've lost like 15 pounds since I started. I've lost 25 pounds. Like, that's absolutely amazing. Don't ever use the word just, okay? I just lost, or I only lost, or, like discredit any kind of fat loss. Okay. Don't ever do that to yourself. Speak so proudly and positively about any accomplishments that you've had, whether it's on the scale or off the scale. We talk a lot about non-scale victories as well. All right. So like always celebrate that. Okay. But like it's the common theme of all the messages is focused on a number on a scale. Okay. So especially those of you who are drinking ketones, if you're drinking ketones, I want you to take a step back. Okay. And I want you to think about this for a minute. Ketones are not a weight loss supplement. So those of you who are drinking ketones thinking you're going to get massive movement on the scale, what you have to do is like realize that it's not just about a number on a scale. And that's what this live is going to be about. So some of you guys might jump off and be like, I don't want to hear this, but I hope that you guys stay on and I hope more people come. Yeah, already 3 people jumped off, right? The scale is a great way to gauge your progress, but you guys, it cannot be the only thing you focus on. Okay. When we talk about how I was able to lose 100 pounds in 8 months, okay. I was able to lose 100 pounds in 8 months. People are like, I want that. I want to be able to lose 100 pounds in 8 months. Okay. First of all, I never gave up. Over those 8 months, I had setbacks. Everyone has setbacks. I had plateaus. Everyone has plateaus. I did not cheat a lot, but in the beginning, like I caught myself doing things that I shouldn't have been doing because it was a habit that I needed to break. For example, I've always been a late night snacker, and we've always had dessert after dinner. Okay, that was something that happened and was created in a routine when I was growing up. And then it's something that we created with our family when we had kids and they started getting older. So dessert after dinner, you eat all your dinner, you have dessert, and then let's do something before bed, right? Popcorn, chips and dip, whatever it may be, a bowl of ice cream, cereal sometimes, okay? And so, I mean, this was like 30 plus years of routines. All right. So when I started my journey, my family knew that I was doing it, and I would like be standing in front of the microwave at 9 o'clock at night popping popcorn, and my daughter would come in and she's like, "What are you doing? I thought you gave up popcorn." And I was like, dang it, you're right. Not only did I give up popcorn, but I gave up eating after 7 o'clock, and it was like 9 o'clock at night. It was just, I didn't even realize I was doing it, right? I'm just standing on my phone while it's popping in the microwave. So like things like that were things I had to change, right? And it doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen just because I said I was on a wellness journey. Something else that I was really terrible about was eating off my kids' plates. So, you know, as I started transitioning into my wellness journey, I would make them different foods than me. My husband was traveling a lot, so it was just me and them. I would prep some food up. I would just eat leftovers. They would have, you know, whatever kid food they wanted at the time: pizza rolls, chicken nuggets, french fries, macaroni and cheese, like all kinds of things, right? And for 12 years, if they didn't eat all their food, I would just eat it as I was cleaning up, right? I don't want to waste that food. So I started recognizing that I was doing that, like not even thinking about what I was doing. I mean, like the first week I was really good, but it was like probably that week 2, week 3, week 4, where like you're not thinking about what you're doing as much, right? I don't know if this is relatable, okay? And so I had to make some pivots. I'm like, okay, kids, you guys need to dump your food in the trash, run water over your plates, clean up your mess after every meal, period. No matter what, I need you guys to help me do that. And so they did, right? And so I would move forward. I would make changes. I would give myself grace. I wouldn't be hard on myself when I messed up. I would be kind of mad at myself in the moment, but I was like, nothing you can do. Like, it's already, what it's done is done. Just control the things you can control. Drank more ketones, drank more water, went for another walk, whatever I needed to do to like get myself in a better mental headspace. And then the goal is always to just be better than you were yesterday. So like, it takes time for that to happen. And so, you know, when I take that 100 pounds and I divide it by 34, which is how many weeks it was. I just talked about this on a live in one of our groups. It was an average of 3 pounds per week, 12 pounds per month. Now, some months I had great movement on the scale. All right. And some months I gained on the scale. And then there were many, many weeks where I didn't gain or lose. And when I say I didn't gain or lose, in my personal opinion, and the thing that helped my mindset was that 5 plus 5 minus. So like if you weigh 150 pounds and you come to me and you're like, I'm so frustrated, I gained 2 pounds this week, I'm going to be like, I mean, yeah, like I understand, but like really you didn't gain. You probably need to poop. You probably are carrying some inflammation in your body. You probably didn't drink enough water consistently. Like maybe there's something that you're eating that's not settling well inside of you. Your body's just having a hard time processing. Like a 2 pound gain isn't really a 2 pound gain. And then some people are like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I was down 0.5 this week. And I was like, So it's probably not a loss, but like, it's good that the scale's moving down, but like, don't let that make you mental, right? It's great to celebrate anything, but like, also we don't really need to like celebrate losing 0.5. Like, I don't know if this makes sense. Like that plus 5 minus 5, you should really like understand that that's not really a gain or a loss. Okay. But it's the numbers that stack consistently over a certain amount of time that starts giving you the progress that you want. Now, there's a lot of things that contribute to the number on the scale. All right. Number 1 is not drinking enough water. Number 2 is eating the wrong foods. Number 3 is not eating enough food. Number 4 is eating too much food. Did you guys know that inflammation in your body shows up on the number on the scale? I know that a lot of you guys are kind of like my age or a little bit older. So I'm 43. We have a lot of inflammation in our bodies, right? And so that number shows up on the scale. Now I see here that there's a comment that says, I'm just frustrated with spending money and alternative eating and nothing. So you can definitely at any time, if you're a customer of mine, you can text me, right? And we can talk through this. But the questions that I always ask is number 1, are you being consistent with your schedule? So like, if your number 1 goal is fat loss, all right, which it sounds like, and I know who you are. So like, I know that that's your goal is fat loss. Are you being, have you had any cheats in the last, I think you said up here, like a couple months, right? Have you been consistent? Have you had any cheats in the last 2 months? Are you drinking enough water? Like, and what I mean by enough, like, in all honesty, you should be drinking a gallon of water. Are you drinking a gallon of water every single day? Are you getting 8 hours of sleep every night? Are you eating more foods that are proteins, veggies, fruits, and fats versus like, are you eating low carb tortillas, keto bread, sugar-free ice cream? Are you eating lots of like packaged food versus like real food? Because that does contribute as well. And if you're doing everything right, if you're drinking a gallon of water every day, if you're moving your body every day, if you are doing some sort of like creative food plan and you're not getting too much food, or you're eating enough food and you're not eating from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, and you're not having any results, that you probably need to check in with the doctor and be like, listen, for the last 4 months, I have consistently every day drank a gallon of water, went outside and walked. I'm like eating more proteins, veggies, fruits, and like good fats. And good fats are like fish, nuts, you know, maybe adding some heavy whipping cream into your like, you know, protein shakes. Are you getting like, have you switched to avocado oil? Are you doing chia seeds? Like, that's the good fats. I'm not talking about like gobs of cheese and gobs of cream cheese and like, just butter and all that. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about protein, veggies, fruits, and fats, and the fats being good. If you're doing all of those things and you've incorporated a supplement that's supposed to help accelerate your results as well, and nothing is happening, there might be some underlying issues that you just don't know about. And so that's the time when you need to like really plug into your doctor. I'm telling you guys, I'm 43 years old. As soon as I turned 40, my life went and not like my life, but my body. I lost my gallbladder. I had 2 knee surgeries. I've had some like adult acne that I've had to deal with, and it's all coming from the food I'm eating. So, I did that elimination diet for 35 days where I eliminated dairy and I eliminated eggs and I only ate certain vegetables and I only ate certain meat proteins, right? I did all of those things. And then I started reintroducing food back. I don't know if you guys had noticed, but like I started getting I got a little bit of one left, but I had like a whole little pimple patch right here. I had another big boulder that like came out here. I am like a little bit bloated from the inflammation from like the food I'm eating, right? So I know that it's from some of the foods that I'm eating. And so now I've got to backtrack and I've got to make some pivots, but you have to be honest to yourself. The ketones, for example, if we want to talk about those, they're a tool that you can add into your routine. They're not to replace any of your habits. So the ketones do not replace your water. The ketones do not replace your movement. The ketones do not replace your food. They are not a meal replacement. Now, we do have protein that's a meal replacement, but the ketones are not a meal replacement. They're literally just a tool that you can add in to accelerate results. And so you have to take a step back and really answer those questions. And if you're like, I think so, right? Then maybe you should track every single thing you eat for the rest of the month, right? Like, we don't want to track. That's not like, I don't want to track, but sometimes you have to track just so that you can see what the common denominator is in some of the frustrations that you have, and then you can make adjustments, right? Because that's what a doctor is going to tell you to do. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a dietitian. I'll never pretend to be one. All right. But like, that's what they'll do. They'll say, okay, so if you're having issues, digestion issues, you're bloated, you're not able to lose any kind of weight, and you're doing all of these amazing things every single day, you're consistent with it, you're drinking water, you're walking every day, you're not eating crap, you're not drinking a bunch of booze, you're getting 8 hours of sleep every night. If all of those things are aligned and you're consistently doing them, there's something else going on. And then that's when you need to go figure that out, right? Like, nobody on the internet's going to be able to help with that. You're going to have to go and have tests done to see exactly what's going on. Does that make sense? And you guys, I have like the most loving heart. I don't ever mean, I'm not lecturing anybody. I'm not trying to, like make anybody feel some sort of way. But what I can say is a lot of the conversations that I'm having is, number one, people are on this hamster wheel of like, I'll do really good for 5 days. I'll weigh myself. I've gained. And then I spend the weekend, like, I'm just living my best life. I'm going to go have margaritas and eat Mexican, and I'm going to get ice cream, and I'm going to restart on Monday. And then Monday, they're good. Monday through Friday, they get on the scale on Friday. The number hasn't moved. Then they're back into bad habits for the weekend and then regrouping. It's like this hamster wheel of decisions, right? Just because your brain decided that you wanted to start a wellness journey doesn't mean that your body is on the same page, right? When I decided on May 1st, that May 1st was going to be my first day, when I decided that last weekend in April that I was going to start this, I got my ketones, I made a grocery list, I knew what I was going to eat for the week, I went into the store, I got everything I needed, right? And Monday, May 1st of 2019 was my day 1. It took the whole month for my body to figure out what the heck I was doing, because I had done every fad diet out there for over 20 years. Yo-yo diets, products, extremes. I've gone to the extremes of things. I put drops on my tongue and ate 500 calories. Like, I tracked doing Weight Watchers. Like, I did extreme stuff, right? So when I started my day 1, my mind was right. Like, I was ready to go, but like, my body needed to figure it out. And so, you know, your body not only has to navigate through all the decisions that you made leading up to your day 1, because let's be real. When we know that we're getting ready to start something on a day 1, when we start incorporating routines, before our day 1, we're like, ooh, well, I know I'm going to give up booze, so I'm going to go drink for the weekend. And oh my gosh, it's Sunday night and tomorrow's my day 1, so I'm going to go to Dairy Queen. I'm going to get one more Blizzard because I know I'm giving it up. Or like, I'm going to go get donuts on Saturday morning because I know that I'm giving them up for 90 days. Or like, I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to go do that. And it's a series of bad decisions that have like stacked on top of each other, right? And then day 1 comes and Monday and you're like, I'm doing all the things. And you start walking and drinking water or whatever, and then, you know, between day 3 and 5, the scale hasn't moved and you're like, this sucks, it's not for me, it's not gonna work. But like, you've literally not given yourself any time to figure it out, right? So like, I know I pivoted from like one scenario to another, but you have to realize that like, it takes time and it takes consistent behaviors. You know, I have this P5 project. It's our customer group. There's a lot of coaching done in there. All of my customers have my phone number. I know that a lot of you guys don't use it, but literally it's the best way to get a hold of me. You don't ever bother me. I answer when I'm available. So like, if you send me a text, and I don't answer right away, it's just because I'm busy. Like, I'm a busy mom of 2. I have a whole husband that I have to handle, like, right? And then I have a whole bunch of you guys, right? So sometimes I have to like unplug so that I keep my sanity, but I'll always come back and I'll answer questions. And if it's been 24 hours and you haven't heard from me, then you send me another text, right? My phone goes on do not disturb. Like, you do not bother me, but that is the best way to get a hold of me as a customer. All right. And so when you are in like the P5 project, we talk about how set a long-term goal. Like, what's your long-term goal? Like, what is your desired outcome? Some people don't even know. They're like, I'm just miserable and I want to lose weight. And it's like, okay, but you still have to have like a goal. You have to work at something. Okay. So figure out what your end goal is. And then you have to create a list of habits that you want to focus on every day. All right. Water, movement, a way of your eating, fasting, if that's something that you do. And in the group, one of our 5 habits is drinking ketones because it's a supplement that we use, right? And so once you figure out your long-term goal, then the goal is to just create a habit every single day and check off all the boxes on the list. Did you drink a gallon of water? Yes. Did you move your body? Yes. Did you eat the way you're supposed to? Yes. Are you fasting and did you follow your fasting schedule? Yes. Did you drink your ketones? Yes. Good. Perfect day. Now we move into day 2. We reevaluate the list, same list as day 1. Did you drink 100 ounces of water? No. Did you follow lazy keto? Yes. Did you get a walk-in? No. Did you fast? No. Did you drink your ketones? Yes. Okay, day 2 done. Now we move into day 3. The list is still the same. Now the goal is to be better than yesterday, right? So yesterday you didn't drink all your water. Your goal today is drink all your water. You didn't get a walk-in yesterday. The goal today is to get the walk-in, right? And you just try to focus on that every single day, one day at a time, with the same exact list to create consistency. Working at the ultimate goal, but not focusing on the goal every single day. Every single day you're focusing on the list to get you to the goal. Does that make sense? So like, those are the things that you have to focus on. But you guys, the scale cannot be the only way that you gauge progress. When you're not used to drinking water and you start drinking a bunch of water, your body holds on to it. If you're drinking ketones, there's muscle preservation is a benefit of ketosis. Muscle weighs more than fat. So there are people who are literally not losing and or gaining weight, but their body composition is changing and they're going down in sizes because it's about shredding fat and you're turning your fat into muscle, right? So like, you have to kind of keep that in mind because That's a thing, right? You have to make sure that you're eating enough food. You have to make sure that you're doing all of these things every single day to get you to your goal. And so don't just focus on the scale. The scale makes you mental. I went all of last year without even weighing myself. I didn't weigh myself hardly at all last year. I lost 100 pounds. 2020 was the worst year ever for most people, right? I went on a cruise in January. I fell down the stairs at work in February. I turned 40 in March. I had my gallbladder taken out in April. I had a knee surgery in May when they started doing elective surgeries again. I moved in May. I went to Florida in July. I had my knee replacement in August. And then I did recovery from August through December for a total knee replacement. And I didn't walk one single day from February on when I hurt my knee, right? So like I knew that there was a lot going on and the scale was only going to make me mental. And so I just focused on what I could control. Every day I could control on drinking ketones. Every day I could control drinking water. Every single day I got a little bit better and stronger at walking, and I had some sort of movement. I had therapy 3 to 5 days a week, right? Every day I didn't follow lazy keto in 2020, and every day I did not do daily fasting because it just didn't work with the life cycle that I was in. 2021 was about recovery. It was about continuing through my recovery from my total knee replacement, navigating life differently, right? No gallbladder, so that does affect you in some way, but not like for me, it didn't affect me in a lot of ways. And then in 2022, it was like, okay, we've got to get your life back together. And there was ups and downs and whatever of life, right? And then now this is going to be my best year yet. So anyways, that's what I got for you guys. I hope this was helpful. I hope nobody's feeling some sort of way about what I was saying in the beginning, but like, you have to be super honest with yourself and make sure that you're doing all the things. And if you are literally doing everything right and you're still frustrated and you're not having the results that you want, there could be something else happening in your body and you need to seek medical. Like you need to go to a doctor, you need to go to a specialist, and you need to be like, is there something that you can do to help me? This is what I'm doing, right? But it's, are you eating lean protein, 3 to 7 cups of vegetables, a cup of fruit, like incorporating good fats, doing that every day, 8 hours of sleep. Like the list is exactly the same, but it's all of those good things that stack on top of each other. So if you have any questions, you can reach out. If I'm able to message you, I will. If you're part of the P5 project, you can drop your questions in there. And at any point, if you're a customer of mine, you've been given my phone number, so you can text me. But I'm going to jump off here. I'm supposed to be in the car in 3 minutes. So we can head out to dinner, but so we're not late to baseball. So I'm going to jump off here, but I appreciate you all. I love you all, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.